Hello, welcome to Digital Works, and today's session we will see a good introduction about JavaScript. Right. In earlier previous classes from past lesson 13 lessons, we have seen how to use a HTML web page and what are the basic HTML attributes. And in lesson 13, we have seen the style sheets, how I can add some good beautiful colors to my web page, and how I can change the headings, and how I can make some look and feel in my web page. Right. So now today's class, this is an entirely different concept. The reason is JavaScript is some other language which is used to perform some client side operation, right? So, and before going to the importance of client side operations, that is before going to the importance of JavaScript, we need to know how many types of things we can perform an HTML page. We can perform two types of operation. One is client side operation and another one is server side operation. To do server side operation, we need to use some server scripting languages like PHP, Java, C Sharp, Visual Basic, .NET. These are the separate category, right? But today's class we will see a good introduction about JavaScript, right? So many of the people think that JavaScript is a language which is just like a Java, but it is entirely different. But this is a scripting language, especially used to perform client-side operations, right? So JavaScript is the programming language of HTML and the web, right? And today's class we will see the what type of operations I can perform in my HTML page by using the JavaScript language, right? So in next later classes we will see some depth information about JavaScript. And today's class we will see some four examples on JavaScript, right? So these are the some of the screenshot I simply copy here. Don't worry, this is a what is this? This is a button, but as by copying the screenshot, it does not came. And here I simply use a text. And you observe carefully here, I am simply validating the input number between 1 and 10, right? So here suppose if I enter some input like 1 to 10, it need to give a response as input is okay. Otherwise if I press some 14 or some 11, it is out of the range of 1 and 10. And automatically if I press the submit button, it need to give the output as invalid output, right? So we will see how these operation can be generated. And when coming to the second, here I simply write some paragraph, and by hitting that paragraph it need to change, right? So when coming to the third JavaScript can change images. That means here I does not copy any screenshot. We will see directly the output so that you can get a clear idea. That means whenever any mouse event has been occurred on the image, that image need to change to another image, right? That is our concept. And coming to here, I can change the style of HTML element by using the JavaScript. So here in this fourth program, I make the font color and font size also. You can observe here by clicking hit me, this is the button. If I click this button, this particular font will change different color and will show some different sizes. Okay, so we will see each and every example one by one, right? So before going to the coding part, I will straight away show you the outputs, and after that I will explain the coding part, right? So we will see the outputs one on one. So first we will see the button validations, how I can perform the button validations. Yes, it is somewhat little bit slow, and we will see. Yes, I got it. JavaScript can validate an input. So here I need to give some inputs. First I will see the one, and by pressing the submit button, observe carefully, the page is not submitting to the server. You got it? So if you observe carefully, there is no any kind of progress bar movement. Observe carefully what it will get. Submit. Input is okay. Did my page submit to the server? No, it does not submit to the server. Without submitting to the server, it simply validate the input. What I got the response? Input is okay. The reason is I write some code. That code simply tells that whenever any kind of input return, between 1 and 10, it need to allow it need to assume that that particular input is okay. If I return any input as other out the range, that means 1 and between 1 to 10, it is out of the range, then automatically what I need to get by clicking the submit button, it is simply telling that input is not valid. Input is not valid. So what if you clearly understood what type of operations here I did, I simply check the input value. I simply check the input value. That means I need to write some logic by using the if statements. So up to now we does not use any kind of if statement, conditions, all the things. We simply make some HTML web pages to by creating some text boxes, buttons like that. But by clicking the button event, what I perform here, I simply check the range. To check the range, I need to use the if, right? So we will straight away see the coding part so that you will get a clear idea, right? Yeah, this is my coding part, so you can get a clear idea. So this is my HTML section, and here I simply write some title part and I close the header part, and after that I open the body part. So here observe carefully what I read. I simply written a heading, JavaScript can validate input, right? It is in a heading, okay? And after that I use one paragraph, please input a number between 1 and 10. So this is the paragraph. And straight away what I did, I use a text box. I use a text box. Input type is equal text. And here, this is the new thing which we have using from this program onwards. What I did, I use an ID. ID is equal to NUMB. The reason is why I give an ID means I need to tell to the scripting language to make the validation at particular ID. That's why I simply write the ID is equal to num. And after that, what is here? Button. So here I can write like this also. In earlier what we did, we write simply input type is equal to button. But here this is also this type of program also will valid in HTML, right? So what I did, I simply tell the button type is equal to button. Here observe carefully, we need to check at the client side only. That's why I simply write here button. In earlier what we did, we simply use some submit button. If you use the submit button, it assumes that the particular thing need to submit to the server, right? So here we need to check some validation, so that I use the button. And after that, this is the new thing, on click. That means if anything click event has been generated, then what I write here? I write here one function name. That function name is my function. And after that, I write the button name as submit. I write the name as submit, right? So up to here, it will be very clear because we have used some two things, that is ID and on click, and the remaining everything are in earlier we have used, right? And we'll study the main thing. What is that? On click. By clicking, I need to activate one function. Where is that function? That particular function is here. So here observe carefully, by writing the script, I am telling to the browser, here I have using one scripting by using the JavaScript, right? So these particular scripting can be included inside the body or inside the header part also. So you can check. So I check myself by copying all the scripting content and I place into the header section. The program has been worked. So you can also check. So you can place in head section or you can place in the body section. So observe carefully what I did in the function. So I write my function as the function name is my function, and after that I open my braces. So here what I did, I use one declaration where x comma text, these two are my variables. And here what I did, I simply define x is equal to, so this is the new type of code, document dot get element by id, document dot get element by id, the element name, and after that dot value. So if you observe carefully, by reading this particular line, we will get a clear idea. Document, the document is nothing but which is in the body, that means that the HTML page. Get element by id, so already we have defined one id. I want the element, get element by id. And what is my id? NUMB. I simply tell the id name. and in that id I am writing some value. I am writing some value, like I am giving some input. That particular input need to be stored in the X, right? So automatically whatever the number I have written, it will be stored in the X. How it will be stored? By using the document dot get element by ID and the ID name, and after that I is directly asking it take the value also. That's why dot value, right? Here what I did, the what are the things, what are the input I have given the text box, it will be stored in the variable X, right? And after that I need to apply some condition. If is not a null of X, suppose if I given X is equal to 0 or X less than 1 or X greater than 10. So these three are condition. What is my condition? If X is equal to 0, X less than 1 or X greater than 10. If these values are, if what are the value here I have given, if these satisfied these three conditions, then what I need to print? I need to print text is equal to input not valid. Text is equal to input not valid. And here observe carefully, here I have included window.alert. That means it will pop up one message box. To pop up any kind of message box, I need to use this function called window.alert, and inside I need to give some messages. And after that else text is equal to input OK. Right? So and here what I did, document.get element by ID. My ID I simply use some demo here. This is my paragraph, right? So paragraph ID here I took the paragraph dot inner HTML is equal to text. That means whatever the text here, what if the condition is satisfied, I have displayed one message, but this particular message is useful only in the script, but I need to display inside the web page. To display the inside the web page, I need to again call that particular message into my paragraph ID, and it need to display like this, right? So I think everyone got a clear idea about this particular button validate.htm, right? You got I think if any doubts here, you can write some comments also, right? So this is a simple program, and if you understood carefully, and tomorrow session we will see the another program, right? So thanks for watching and practice well, right? Thank you.